Good evening. Hey, it is Halloween. How is everyone tonight? Oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be here on Thursday night. It's Friday. What am I doing here Friday? Oh, it's Halloween. Okay. Gotcha. It is Halloween, and I'm wearing my normal face. Anyway, welcome to the show. Hello, External X-Wolf Pack Paranormal. They've peeked in. Hello. We're going to have kind of an open show tonight. I'm not sure what's going to go on. So some people have been invited. I don't know if they're going to show up or not. So we're just going to kind of go with the flow. Or actually, we're going to go with when. That's what we usually do.
Hey, everybody.
First, we're going to do a commercial about an upcoming Paracon. By the way, you see my little ghosty friend hanging around.
Oh, yeah.
Over here. There he is. But first, we want to talk about, real quick, before we get too much into this, a certain Paracon coming up. I want to go ahead and throw the first pick with the New Orleans Paracon 2026. And I'll tell you who's doing it. Want to show the other one?
Yep. Is this one? Am I doing it right?
That's the one.
Okay, just making sure.
This is New Orleans Paranormal Society. Right there, they live in the quarter. They both got places where they should take people to very haunted places. If you want to go to a very haunted place in a very haunted section of town in a very haunted city, they're the ones to talk to in New Orleans. So we'll give them a call, next photo, or contact them. That's their contact information for a tour. They will take you to a haunted place. I have investigated a couple of these places. They are haunted. Capital letters. Anyway, they are throwing a Paracon starting July 31st, 2026. They will be taking you to these haunted places. You can bring your own equipment. They will put you in contact with the spirit. And you will be in each haunted place minimum an hour or so. Hey, you get to ghost hunt with a whole bunch of very interesting people. I mean, Lee's kind of interesting. And John Zathras is a little bit interesting.
He is. He's very good. He's a sweet man. He very much is.
Yes, he is.
Mhm.
So he, instead of just leading an investigation, watching him go something for 10 minutes and moving on, you get to actually hold a piece of equipment in your hand and investigate what's on John Zathras. So that's amazing right there. So there'll be several places to investigate for 3 nights down there. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. Go to NewOrleansParacon.com. Get your tickets today because they will be selling out. People are going to want to come to this event because it is an event. All right. How should we open this thing?
Well, I'm just gonna say on behalf of I'm gonna take that down real quick.
Yes.
On behalf of All Access and myself, and I'm gonna say Happy Halloween, everybody. I didn't go out and do the Halloween thing tonight. I have a bum knee, so and I was gonna do a little something different, but I tell you what, I'm gonna just kind of stay at home and be lazy. I know that's kind of funny, but it's gonna be fun.
Right. You see the comments, don't you?
I saw, yeah. I'm trying to send. That's Sean. He's Eternal X Wolfpack. I'm trying to send him the link now. But yeah, from us, happy Halloween. Hope you're enjoying it, and anybody that pops in, we appreciate it. Sean will pop in, and I've got my friend Tom Springer. He's probably going to pop in a few minutes.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting, why don't we go ahead and show the first video from the other one?
All
and
right.
when I say first video, I mean the one marked Lincoln County Courthouse.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and play that, and
I'll mute me.
okay. Oh, Sean's here too. You want to tell him hey real quick?
Yeah, if he's there.
Yeah, he's driving. Sean, we see your steering wheel.
All right, I can't turn the camera around. I can't see the button, but I just wanted to stop in real quick. I'm coming back from Melbourne Manor we had an investigation there last night with Phantom Pals, and I'm heading home right now, but I just wanted to reach out to you, Len and Gwen, and everybody else. Have a happy and safe Halloween tonight.
Did you catch anything while you were there?
Yeah, we actually got quite a bit of activity in some locations of the building, and it is up on my website and All Access as well.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
Gwen actually helped us out last night.
I did. We were live for a little while, or about a couple hours, about 2.5 hours total, but then I ran out of energy and I hated to do it, but I had to say goodnight. But I'm hoping that I hope you guys are going to do a show. I'll be glad to help you with whatever I can and show everybody some of that evidence, because I know I saw a couple things while you guys were on, and I think that's awesome.
As soon as we get through the evidence, we will definitely have a little special on Melbourne Manor.
Awesome.
All right.
Hey, pop in later if you can, but get home safe, man.
All right. Have a good one, guys. I'm out of here.
All right. Bye.
Have a good one yourself. Take care.
All right.
Yeah, we don't want him looking like me.
Oh, come on now. All right. We're going to play the Lincoln County one, right?
Lincoln County Courthouse. Like I said, I'll mute me. I've got the sound turned off on my on the other computer, so it shouldn't be any issues.
Okay, that's cool. All right, we're gonna play that, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull myself down. Well, it'll go to the side. That's what it'll do. So
yeah, go to the side.
What is it? Lincoln County. Can you tell us a little bit about it before we pop it on, or do you want to just
play? It's a haunted courthouse.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's play it and let's see what happens.
All right. I don't remember what's on the video specifically.
All right.
He said Beth. You still didn't answer my question. Was John M. Listen to that again. Was John M. hanged in in jail. No. Where was he hanged? Yes, Tom. You keep saying Ed. Is Ed still in here hanging around, seeing what we're doing? Here's the land with the tank. Was it 1852? If they're telling us that, and both Lee and John M. move on. Is John M. here? Julie Carter. You Catherine? Okay, well, please don't do that. Don't do that. All right? No. That's all anybody home. Okay? Is everybody understand? We will come back. We will call it good morning here. But we don't want to take anybody home.
That's me closing it out.
Go ahead and turn the light.
All right, Gwen, that's it.
All right, cool.
What the story behind it is, in 1850, and that was 25 years before Star City was founded, there was just a few miles from the main highway now, the main part of town. There was an old road going from Pine Bluff, Arkansas to Monticello, Arkansas. The local stopover on that road was right halfway between the two cities.
Oh,
about
okay.
the maximum distance a horse at a fast trot, a normal trot for a horse, could go. It's about 25 miles,
Mm-hmm.
25, 30 miles. And that's about all you're going to cover in a day. You got to rest the horse overnight. You want to get off the back of that horse. You've been on a horse all daylight. You want to get off. Your butt wants a break. Your horse wants a break. So they had that stopover. That's all there was to Star City. What happened? One man stole another man's cattle and horses.
Uh-oh.
I believe in Pine Bluff. Came down here to where Star City is today. There's a creek here. There's a bayou here. Plenty of water and plenty of prairie grass to feed the horses and cows.
Uh-huh.
Well, the man who owned the stuff, the cattle and the horses, followed the hoof prints down to Star City, caught the guy who stole them, and hanged him from a tree.
Wow.
And what the story is, the guy who was hanged wants a trial because there was no trial.
Oh, yeah.
Because in Lincoln County, here didn't even exist. It was part of another county, and this was just woods and one road going through. As Lincoln County as it is today was moved into its own. Shoot, after Star City was formed. Got to get some people here first before you can have your own county. But the guy who wants in trial is there. The guy who hanged him is there. And the guy who got hanged wants him on trial for murder. So the two are having an interesting conversation. And a lot of that was wiped out because the video did not come off the camera.
Oh.
The very first of this video, you heard me verifying some of the information.
I did.
And in the other video before this, I had a young lady no paranormal experience or powers at all, was talking to two psychics I had in the chat room. And we put some pennies in the courtroom, so they could find it. They were getting the same information downstairs and giving it to the lady that was downstairs that I was getting upstairs.
Oh, interesting.
So either the psychics were verifying the Echovox I was using, or the Echovox was verifying the psychics. Take your choice.
Gotcha.
They were exactly the same. But that video is lost to history. Sorry about that.
Oh, no.
That's all I got.
Well, at least you got a little bit.
At least I got a little bit.
You did.
And that's the Lincoln County Courthouse, the courthouse in this county.
Oh, it is your county. Okay.
Yes. I was not even fully moved in. We still had boxes in every room when I did that investigation.
Oh, nice.
In fact, I think that was before we got a roof put on. I'm not sure. Maybe just after. But we were nowhere near unpacked. So that was a rush job because the lady who lives in the courthouse, it was her last day at work, and that was taken on a Friday night. Her last day at work. She turned in the key.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Now, since nobody has shown up yet, does anybody else want to come in yet?
I sent out some messages, and I'm waiting to hear back from them.
Okay.
Give me just a minute. I was actually that's what I was actually doing, is checking them as I was
I'll tell you what,
watching.
let's just play another video. The
Now,
next one.
Kenneth Drake did a comment for you. I didn't know if you saw it. He said, "Happy Halloween, happy Halloween,
yeah,
spooky."
I saw that. Kenneth Drake is still watching. I wish you the happiest of Halloween. I hope you have a very haunted weekend.
I told him if he'd like to come in, and some other folks too, in a couple of the groups, and if they'd like to pop in, they're welcome to. And my friend Tom Springer that I had mentioned, I'm about to message him and telling him that if he would like to pop in, he's a very interesting guy. He has his own podcast also.
Oh, cool. We could go ahead and go with the next video. It's not as long.
Okay, hang on just a minute. Let me see if he's
if you've ever heard of the Ross house, this is taken at the Ross house.
All right.
The first video begins when we're in the basement of the Ross house.
All right.
I'm bad about going to basements first.
Well, I do like my basements, but I usually save those for later. Hang on just a minute. If Tom's going to come in, I'm going to wait just a minute. Let's see if he's ready. I sent him a message, and I know he got it, so give me just 1 second. But I hope everybody's out there, and if you don't feel like coming on and talking to us for long, send a picture. I'd love to see some costumes.
It's Halloween.
Yeah.
Send a picture you're in costume.
Yeah, do that. We would love it. We're just kind of hanging out, doing much of nothing, and just enjoying talking and that kind of stuff. And I know some other people will come in. It's still kind of early some places, like you guys. It's only 6:30.
Right. By the way, did you see the rest of my costume here?
Oh, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I didn't dress up. I had thought about it.
This
Len
is my
had
murder
given me
costume.
I got you. You had given me and Lee an idea, and we were going to think about it and try to get together, but things didn't work out quite to plan like they do sometimes.
Yeah. Do it next year.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. Maybe we can make a little video sometime between now and then, because we love to dress up anyway. We're spooky people, so we like to dress up. So, all right. Well, let's. Which video is it? Let's see. I did the Lincoln. There's one that says New Orleans, and then one that says file and a number.
Okay, go to the New Orleans Courtyard Hotel, the very next one.
Okay. Hey, Annie. Annie's
Hello,
telling us
Annie.
Hey, Annie, you can pop in if you like. Also, I can send you the link. I know you're busy, though. but you're welcome to pop in, or if anybody else wants to come in and say hello for a little bit. But we'll go ahead and start that one. We'll go ahead and start the New Orleans one. Do you want to tell them a little, or you want me to just pop it on?
This is a hotel in the French Quarter in New Orleans.
Oh, is it going to be one that we're going to be at, or is it for the New
Actually,
Orleans?
no. This is another one. This is the New Orleans Courtyard Hotel.
All right. Well, here we go. We're going to pop it in. If anybody comes in, I might just stop it in the middle.
Okay.
So just know if somebody comes in, I might do that. But here we go,
That's
guys.
cool. That's cool.
Uh-oh, we do have somebody. There's my
Okay,
friend,
let's
Tom.
Time out. Let's bring him in.
Hey, Tom.
Tom Springer.
What's going on, folks? How y'all doing?
Good.
All right, how
I
are you
told
doing,
you my
sir?
friend Tom was probably going to pop in. Oh,
Yeah.
we got a glorious weirdo here. Tom and Tom. There we go.
Hey, we got the Battle of the Toms and the Battle of the Beards here.
Uh-oh,
Right.
uh-oh.
Oh no.
Well, Gwen, you have a beard now too?
No, but look, you could discuss. Yeah, there you go.
You got your witch's whiskers tonight for
I do.
Halloween and Samhain?
I don't. I tell you, I'm falling behind. I did not dress up today.
No.
We were supposed to do a little something, and it kind of fell through. So I was like, you know what? With a bum knee, I'm gonna be good and stay off of it and hang out and talk to Len. And
Yeah. Well, you're right. Hey, most of us that do this all year round, we're dressed up for it every day.
yeah, true. I'm dressed as a producer and an investigator. So here you go. Oh wait, I do have one of my favorite shirts.
Nice.
All right.
So, there it is. Well, Tom Gormley, I don't know if you know Tom Springer, but he's a friend of mine, and we met at a couple things. Was it 2 things or was it just one?
It was Broadhead. We met up at Broadhead Manor. Yep.
Broadhead Manor in Wisconsin, and
Nice.
I've been on his show, and he came on with who did you come on with?
I don't remember.
Chris's show for me.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a very interesting guy, and he's into what we are into, and he has his own little show. Tell him the name of it, because it's I love the name. It's cute.
It's called Stuff I Never Learned from a School Book.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I didn't learn anything. In school.
Where can people find it, Tom?
Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Kick, and everything is under Stuff I Never Learned.
Yep.
I had to make it all the same so I could remember it, because I didn't want to try to remember 5 different names for something that all does the same thing.
There you go.
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, he's on Monday nights, but he doesn't do every week. I'm trying to coax him over to the network.
He's trying.
Come over to the dark side.
Yeah, but we'll see. Because we can't wait to investigate together. If he gets to come to South Carolina, or if I get back up that way or something. I think it's gonna
too bad he couldn't come up to Salem with us and investigate
I know
the
Tom.
Satanic Temple.
I know it.
Salem,
What you doing
Massachusetts.
November 15th? What you guys doing?
Well, I don't know what they're doing, but all I know is what we're all doing is Salem Paracon and Horror Fest.
Yeah.
Salem, Massachusetts, November 15th. That'll be all day. And then a little bit later that night, we'll have a few lucky people that purchase their reservations to investigate the Satanic Temple in Salem, Massachusetts. It's never really been investigated before properly, and we're excited for it.
Very cool.
What, Thomas? I told Gwen, she may have forgotten.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Remember, I was going to get the first 2 shows in November
Yep.
with guests from that Paracon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we had talked about doing it.
I did specifically ask for Russ Stringer.
Russ Stiver?
Stiver.
Yeah. I'll give him a ring. When do you want to have him on?
I got 2 Thursday shows before that Paracon.
Okay.
So it'll be next week or the next week.
Okay.
I want to talk about the Paracon.
I'll hit him up to make sure. He's believe it or not, he is our official podcast person of that for Paracon. Usually we have one every Paracon. We have an official podcaster. I know there's other podcasters that are going to be there. They'll be there in like other capacities. Like Gwen has a All Access Network producer, and All Access Network, all the people that are on it that'll be there will be speaking and talking about All Access Network television. So it'll be exciting to have, Gwen, Lee, Nate, Raven, and all them. So that should be pretty exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
right.
good. So
Russ couldn't appear, of course, before, like tonight. You know what he does for a living?
Yeah, Halloween store.
Yep. I'm not going to name it, but we all know it.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
We all know what the name is in spirit.
Yeah.
Halloween.
Well, I think one of his stores up there in Mass, Danny and Lauren Perez, the Radicals, brought their stuff up there to do like a fundraiser thing that these Halloween stores were doing for, I think it was like kind of the things for children and all that. So there's fundraisers all around. So they were kind of traveling from one Halloween place to another, which was pretty cool for them to be able to do that, bring the hearse and all the haunted stuff that they possess.
yeah.
Or is it possessed? I don't know. So hopefully it's
Actually,
unpossessed.
they have some really active stuff.
Oh yeah.
Or is it repossessed?
Oh,
That's the Lee thing.
well, that's also a Danny and Lauren thing. Also, they were on the episode when they were in Massachusetts.
Yep.
So that was pretty profound for Lauren and for Lee. It's the energy attached to the two of them, and so a lot of bonds happen that way. A lot of this happened, that happened, and now we got people like Gwen and myself and how all of us met because of things really created during Repossessed. So which was a big thing. So
I
how
can't
we all
remember
met.
which episode they're on, but and I get them mixed up because at one time they were in one order and then one of the networks changed it. But if you haven't seen it, Tom, the other Tom, both my Toms, if you haven't seen it, Lee Triana, my CEO and my bestie, I told you about her and you've seen her on. She's on Repossessed. It's actually on, if I get this wrong, smack me. Hulu, Disney Plus, Apple TV, and it's on Netflix in Canada, which we hope it'll come to Netflix in the US soon. Kind of the way their stuff is, kind of starts there first most of the time. So, but it's I've watched it so many times.
Well, it's great because the concept of it is, like the Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah,
remember that show?
Yep.
It's a haunted antiques roadshow where people bring their haunted objects to the specific place they pick in the town, and they help them, release the object or bind it or whatever they have to do and give it back or keep it as a repossessed item. But they also might have a particular case while they're up there to look at a little further at somebody's home. So it's all in each episode. So it's a great concept. It's very well done. I mean, there's so many shows out there, and me, just because I know Lee, I'm always one to, I kick myself more than anybody else can. So I always like to give, advice because I'm my own worst critic anyways.
Me too. I'm not on the worst critic.
So I'm never telling you anything I haven't already told myself a bazillion times. And it's very well done. Perfectly done, and I'm very, very impressed by it, and I wish they bring another season of that back, which probably be really important, especially now because it's a mix of everything. Even if you're not into haunted objects, it's still kind of cool seeing that history of certain objects.
They go different places also.
Exactly.
It's not just that. They go different places and investigate also. But and unfortunately, at that time, COVID came and smacked everybody. Plus, there was the strikes with the writers and all.
Yeah.
So we're still crossing our fingers and toes and everything that there may be a season 2. I hope so. But if it doesn't, I mean, Lee has a day job. Unfortunately, she has to have one of those. But I promote her like crazy. Everything I go to, she's always part of it with me. I did go to a lot of stuff this year without her, and I missed her. God, I missed her so much. But kind of on my journey, and that's where I met Tom Springer and his wife. Laura said, "Hey, if she's watching, and or not."
She's doing a hunting right now over at her brother's house. He sets up a haunted area, and she's playing one of the characters in the haunted area. So
nice. Those are always fun.
Nice. Well, we got friends doing, help me out, Len. We got the Spire Paranormal, Ed Levine and Michael. I'm going to say this wrong, Michael. Don't smack me. Alsip or Alstep
Yeah.
of Spire
Yeah.
Paranormal. They're with, they're in the Chicagoland area, as they told me, and Rez, my partner in crime on the Paranormal Walkabout, he's with them. They're doing something tonight that may have already gotten started. So I'm not sure if they're going to end up popping in or not. I would like that, but I've invited people from the network and just different people to just come hang out for a little bit. Ty and Tom, thank you both for popping in. And Tom Springer, you want to tell Lynn something about yourself? Because I know he doesn't know you, but he's a good guy. So
yeah, she didn't know me long enough to say that. It's all a farce. No, I'm actually besides just being a host like everybody here, I also do have abilities, but mine are very, very new. I actually walked into mine about 4 years ago, but they hit me like I was drinking from a fire hose. The way they slammed into me, I found out on an investigation that I am a psychic and a medium. And I wasn't even going to investigate. I was just going with friends to see what they do for an investigation. I wasn't even part of the team, and it was an overnight investigation. It was a 2-night, 3-day investigation, and I found out within the first 10 minutes that I was a psychic and a medium at that point, and we had all kinds of fun learning what else I can do over the next 3 days. So it became very interesting, and it seems the biggest thing I do that most people want to talk about is I see, hear, and talk to elementals, earth, wind, fire, water, and metal, just like I am you, all of you right now. That seems to be the big one when I do panels that people want me to talk about, because I guess there's not too many of us that kind of have that little known ability. I do see that you have someone that commented in your audience that is actually going to be on my show in about a month.
Talking about Annie?
No, I'm talking about Kenneth Drake.
Great.
Yep.
He is a fantastic guest.
Yep, I have him coming on in December.
Awesome.
So yeah.
All right.
Well, Kenneth is my brother from another mother. He was actually one of our first guests here at the new place in Cleveland. So he got to hang out with us, do a little candle magic, and have a little fun with the magic on the huge altar that we have in the home here. So it's a whole table, and we have fun. We're actually doing some candle magic right now, as you could see. We're doing a little candle magic right now.
Oh, cool.
Say hi, Stacia.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Yeah. Stacia is on the mend, just so everybody knows. She just had some heart surgery done, and she's recovering. So it's been a few ups and downs the last couple days. So today we decided, the last couple days we decided to rest and kind of stay in because we have a huge weekend ahead of us. A lot of stuff that we're doing, Day of the Dead at Haunted Hillview Manor here over in Pennsylvania, just over the border in Newcastle. So that'll be going on, I think, tomorrow.
Cool.
And also the next day we'll be at, where are we going to be?
Billy's
Martini Bar in Menor, Ohio. That's an all-day psychic fair. So that's going to be pretty crazy. Stacia will be there, of course. Larry and who else is going to be? Christopher Lee. So, yeah. And Larry and Christopher Lee, and of course, Stacia, myself, we're all part of the National International Healing Group called Wardruna, which is just an outside the box, of course, group of people that's like a Rolodex, where if you're doing an investigation and you run into a barrier where you can't figure something out, maybe psychologically something might be going on, and you don't have the wherewithal, or you're afraid to tell somebody they might need mental health help, you could call on us and we could take over and not really take over your case, but assist you with the case and just with anybody in general. Sometimes you're doing a reading for somebody and you pick up on PTSD. We could get them the help. It's not one of those, all right, yeah, your house is haunted and leave.
Right.
No, yes, your house is haunted, but you have this, and if we could get you help for that, it probably will take care of the haunting. I think a lot of the paranormal people out there today, when they do investigations, the problem is yes, they have all the cameras, they have all the equipment, they go in and they find something on the camera, but they don't know how to come up with the proper solution. Again, we watch sometimes too much TV shows and we go linear. We do what we see on TV, but we don't do the full thing. You have to help the client and spirit. Once you're able to come to a solution, then that's going to make it that much better in a 360 view. In Wardruna, that's just part of what Wardruna does. There's so many aspects of it. I'm very, very, very proud. And the biggest part is the group has the largest in the country, most diverse group of shamans. There's quite a few of us part of this group from all different walks of life. You know, from the Russian side, the Celtic side, Carpathian, Mulfor, like Wardruna is, like Stacia is. You know, all the different aspects that you could think of. Native American, medicine man, shaman. I know they don't like to be called shaman, but healers, medicine men. But we have pretty much every type that you could think of. And we do have clergy that are part of it. So any religious, diverse thing that you could think of is covered. And we do have mental health workers that believe in what we do, that are certified or have their license. And these are people that we could refer to them to get stuff like EMDR, all kinds of different treatments, proper hypnosis treatment, proper treatments that way, maybe holistically, naturally. And if it comes to it where we know that we can't treat it all holistically, there are the doctors there that could prescribe the proper medication after fully checking everything. So we have everything. It's all HIPAA protected, and we're very proud of it. It's growing. It's going to be huge in 2026. I know like coming out of 2025, a lot of us just got together. So it's growing very rapidly, a little faster than we wanted to, considering, again, Stacia having heart surgery, me moving out to Cleveland. Our friend Larry had some stuff going on, and a few other people that are very instrumental with the Wardruna had some things going on. And I think that's all on the mend. All spooky season's coming to a close, so we're able to concentrate on doing more for Wardruna to help everybody out there. So, yep.
Yeah, and it's interesting you talk about that, if I can step in, but I actually had a case here, and I won't go into it because of HIPAA, but I will cover a broad version of it. When I was contacted by this person, the information that the demon that was identified, which was not a demon at all, was telling this person that they needed to start eating better, and they needed to start dressing better, and they needed to stop watching so much TV. And I went to the location and just sat with the person. I already knew what was going on, but I went and sat with the person and sat with them for about 3-4 hours. And by the end of it, we had built a plan to help this individual get back onto the medications that they come off of. And we're convinced after using it for 3 days that it wasn't working. So they went off of it. So after helping them and expanding through it, I actually worked with this person for about 6 months until everything settled back in. And now that person and I are still in touch with each other and everything else. And it is something you have to pay attention to, that not everything that people say is a haunting or a spirit is that. A lot of times it's them. And they're just in their own way, and they just don't know that they're in their own way, or they just need the help. And it's important for a lot of people who don't investigate, because I'm also part of another team. I won't mention their name here, but I'm part of another team that kind of does what you do. But it's very important to understand that you don't just go in with your equipment and instantly go, what's here? You always have to take the time and the necessary steps to get to know the person first, and to understand their situation and what they believe is happening. And I teach to other people as well as talk to me, is that you never instantly go in with equipment, because that instantly gives them the validation that I have something here.
Yeah.
You have to go through the process to validate one way or the other. And our job, and I know all of you know this, but for those out there who don't know this, our job is to be a skeptic first. We are to identify absolutely everything it possibly could be before we identify that it may be something spiritual or along those lines.
Yeah.
So,
because it could all go horribly wrong. I'm telling you, you could give somebody the wrong information that you are not equipped to give. Too many people go into home investigations, which could end up being very dangerous of what information that you give. And that's why, groups coming up like yourself, like you said, looking at it in a more of a 360 view, just like Wardruna does. It's very important that we treat who we're dealing with first.
Right.
We are skeptical about what's going on. And what you talked about is him coming off medications and all that. There's a thing that we all deal with. No, we always say, oh, we're dealing with our demons. Those demons are what we call familiar demons. Those are the ones that are created by maybe an alcoholism, an abuse that happened to you when you were growing up that stuck with you. It's like an attachment.
Yep.
Like that minor demon that keeps telling you to be the way you are on your trajectory, and we need to get rid of that ancestral trauma line that keeps happening over and over again. We have to break those chains, be the curse breaker.
Yep.
Like Stacia always says, generational curse breaker. It's important to be able to do that for people because that relieves a lot of what perception is something's paranormal, especially when they watch too much TV. You need in their brain, they need to say, okay, what's going on with me must be this from what I'm watching or what I'm reading or what people are telling me.
Right.
You could really make something go horribly wrong. We have heard of cases where somebody said, yeah, you have legions of demons all around you. And when the actual people that wanted to help in a 360 way go in after those people, this client's son, who they told had legions of demons around him, committed suicide because he, in the letter, was saying, I have all these demons. I can't, I'm never going to be relieved of it, so I might as well leave this world.
Yeah.
So that's what happens when you give somebody the wrong information.
Yep.
That's the stuff that could happen. So none of us are doctors, none of that, so that's why Wardruna, when we go in, if we feel there's something beyond our compass, we do have referral and we do have people on staff that are going to be able to step in and bring them through that process to be able to help people when it comes to the mental health. But then on the other side of it, the spirits, they don't have the meat suit anymore, but they still have those hangups that are keeping them from making that transition. And that's where another type of healing comes in, where you talk to spirit, find out, what's holding them here, and then give them permission of free will to be able to make that transition. But it's always, again, it's up to them. It's free will. I hear too many people nowadays. I've been at this for too long, 40 plus years now. And I always tell, it's not you doing it. You are a conduit. You're receiving information and you're passing it along to spirit, and they make the decision themselves. And I tell people all the time, if you are a smoker, I tell you to quit smoking. Was it me that made you quit smoking, or did you make the decision to keep that cigarette in the box?
Right.
All right. So that's what it comes down to. You need to make that decision for yourself, whether you're still around like we are or whether you're in spirit.
Okay. Thomas, something that you said about 7 or 8 minutes ago about what you're doing tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have a very, very short show just explaining what the Days of the Dead are, both on the first and the second, All Saints Day and All Souls Day.
Mm-hmm.
Just wondered, would you want to be a part of that with what you're doing or not?
It depends where I'm at. I may not even have a Wi-Fi signal when I'm out at Haunted Hillview Manor. Just keep me informed and all that. I'd love to be able to pass along history of the Day of the Dead and anything that we could do to help promote education for people out there that are wondering a little bit more about some of these holidays and what they're all about, what different cultures, the way they look at things like we are right now. There's so many different pagan things, religious things, anything you could think of. Anyone always think of Halloween as a religious thing for most people. Usually they think it's all the devils running around, but that's the other misunderstanding of things. Just like back in the witch trial days where everybody said, oh, that person's a witch, but it's fear. So many people create fear, especially with this holiday, where actually it is more coming from a place of love and all that and understanding in reverence to the people that we loved when they pass. We want to celebrate them. And this is the time when the veil's the thinnest, where we could have that conversation maybe a little clearer for some people that don't really have that ability all year round, like some of us.
So you're invited, if you can, both Saturday and Sunday to come in. So just let Gwen know when you're available, and we'll be on and send you the link, and you can come on in.
That would be great.
I look the public too. It's right up my alley.
Yeah. I think I live closer to you now, Len. When we gonna get dinner together or something? I think I'm like a few hours away from you now. What? Oh, he's in Arkansas, right? I remember.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. Just making
But
sure.
Cleveland is a little bit closer.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, a little bit closer than Connecticut. I keep thinking the old what is it? Was it you, Len? The old Chicago days, or?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't know. I was thinking of Chicago for some reason.
Well, I've got so many Chicago connections. I did so much ghost hunting up there.
Mm-hmm.
I still have so many friends in the Chicago area. And I'm mentioning that. Great segue. Thank you, Thomas.
I tried.
Nick Millay, who gets more into Halloween than I do, if you know him. If you've never heard of him, Tom. Tom and Thomas. He's a great guy.
Who is
He's
it?
a youngster. I helped train him in the paranormal while I was in Chicago when he was just a teenager.
Oh boy, he must have went the wrong way then. No.
But he is sick tonight. He's normally got a broadcast going. He's in locations, having fun with people. He is sick and in bed tonight. Mm-hmm. So if he listens in, I'm sorry. Get well quick, Nick. Everybody in Halloween loves you and misses you tonight. So get better.
Yeah, get better, my friend. So, it's crazy. Halloween, there's always like stuff going on, and me, I know you guys, I'm all year round. I'm constantly doing stuff with my other partner, Charles, the shaman and the showman, all the events that we do, of course, Wardruna, all the stuff that we do. We're working on a pretty big case right now that we're going to go out and visit next week. So there's always something going on. And being on, of course, Serial Killers, Supernatural, and Murderers podcast, along with Gwen up there, and Lee and Blaine. And then some of the special guests that we've had on, of course, this past Monday, we had James Stokes on, who plays Jason Voorhees in the Friday the 13th. But his show was called Voorhees, so it was a little more of a thing about that. He's appeared on Stranger Things, and he's very proud of the movie that he had come out. I think what was it on Amazon?
Yeah, it is, and Into
Through
the Woods.
or something in the forest. Yeah, so
this is him. I had his costume picture up, and it's gone.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is him. I don't know if you recognize him.
Yeah.
Tom and I, he was a medic, and so that we kind of clicked together.
Shared stories. But he's going to be up at Salem Paracon, and he's going to have his mask with him, so you could take pictures with or without his mask on. He is a good-looking dude, and he's pretty big dude. He stays in shape, so I guess you have to. He's been in a few movies where he plays the killer, but he's also played the nice happy dad in your Hallmark type movies. So he's gone from one extreme to the other, which means he's a pretty good actor to be able to do that. It's hard. Sometimes you get pigeonholed in all this. Yeah.
When he was in Alabama at the Paracon, he came up to me, and I was spinning around trying to get set up. Next thing I know, this guy says, Gwen. And I was looked around, and I got this big hug from this guy, and I'm thinking, who the hell is this? And then I saw who it was. I was like, because, we had chatted, and Anybody that has a Paracon, I always tell him, hey, get in contact with them if you want to go,
Mhm.
and just trying to help him out. And because he has come on every show that we would have had him on, I think 2 or 3, and he's come on, and he's just a very good guy. He's very passionate about a project about bullying, and he goes to
Yep.
schools. He helps. I know he helps with autistic children. He just does a lot, not just what his career, but he does
Yeah.
a lot.
Well, just a lot of fundraisers, which of course is near and dear. There's a lot of places over the years that I've been involved. It's usually a lot of times at this time of the year. It's easier to do fundraisers. There's Stacia. So being able to raise money to help like some of these buildings stay open, or just to help kids get a little bit more education, especially with the bullying thing. That's him and I really bonded on that, because you could see if you go back and watch the podcast from Monday, I felt good because James and I came alive when we started talking about,
they
what
got
to do during
real
bullying.
protector. It
Yeah.
was great to see
Yeah.
that they're passionate about it, because I think, and I'll say it, most of us are in the paranormal. We're kind of the weirdo kids.
Mhm.
Yeah. So a lot of us did get bullied in one way or another, and
Mhm.
hopefully none of us were bullies, but that happens occasionally.
It's funny. It's like I've had them try to, but I was kind of bigger than everybody before everybody. It's funny, when I hit 6th grade, I was already about 5'9", and I stopped growing in 6th grade. So I'm still 5'9", but I was bigger than everybody at that moment. And then everybody blew by me. By that time, everybody was probably just intimidated enough to not screw with me, but I didn't like the bullies. I usually would step in, and if somebody got knocked over, I pick them up, and then I tell the other guy, don't do that again, or you're going to deal with me, kind of person. So I've always been that way. It's just naturally in me.
Greg,
Yeah.
There's Greg.
Greg, you
What's
want
up,
to come
buddy?
in? I'll send you the link.
Tom, do you know Greg Koss?
Oh, I know Greg. I know Greg very well. I've been on his show a few times, and we exchange like instant messages back and forth quite a bit.
How about
How about the other
You know
Tom?
Greg? You met him, didn't
I
you?
met him. I also met him at Broadhead.
Yeah.
Greg's a
we-
good guy. Greg, in
Yeah.
fact, we talked on the phone for about an hour yesterday.
Nice.
We
Huh?
talked a lot too. Tom Springer. I'm saying the whole name because I'm saying Tom.
So Len, you only talked to Greg for an hour?
Yeah.
I thought you could talk for like 4 hours, my friends.
We talked to you all day. So bless you. But,
That's a short phone call for you, buddy.
Well, I think we had a show coming up, so
Yeah.
he had to get ready for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got some
Greg,
really
Greg
good
was
shows
a
too.
great guy. We've go Sunday too together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did the Kim Douglas investigation in Chicago, and did the Lincoln Park investigation.
Yeah.
Tom Springer.
Greg, what was it?
If you don't know,
Greg's podcast was what is that? Spirit Mariner or something?
Yeah.
Greg, I'm trying to get him on. Hang on just a minute.
Mariner, Spirit
Mariner
Mariner.
of Spirits, and then he's got the other one, and I forget what it is, and he's gonna kill me.
Well, he does. The other one he does is like they do Estes method from different areas with different people on. So
Yeah, and honestly, it's actually very cool. It's
yeah.
very cool. So Tom Springer, we got the thing in Salem, Massachusetts on November 15th. That's the one that this Tom is having. If you guys get a chance, you and your wife, here's Greg. Pop by. I don't know what you're doing, or I can't remember how close you are.
We're out in Omaha, Nebraska, so we're a little bit away. And then plus, she's also remember she's a teacher, so
that's
she
right.
can
That's
get
right.
out of that. So
Well, we would love to see you there. You would fit right in with the group, and my little groups that I met while I was up there, like Greg and Tom Spring. I want to mesh them together because
so
I have my little peoples everywhere, so it's fun.
So Gwen, are you going to be up there as well?
Yes.
Paracon?
Yes.
Hold on. This may be a little interesting because we talked about doing this, but
yeah, we link on some stuff we'll say, and it clicks. It's so funny. It really is.
Currently, I'm on furlough because I still work for the government. I'm prior military, and I'm still working for the government. So right now, I'm on furlough.
Yeah.
And it turns out if furlough lifts, I'm going to be at Shaw from the 17th to the 21st of November.
Wow.
So I will be back. I will
Yeah.
be back that week. I will actually be, depending on when we can find the flights, because super expensive right now. So we're trying to work it out. I will be back in those days.
Okay.
So
Yeah, as
we
long as
will
the flights are
investigate.
left and we don't have to move the dates to the right, because right now we had to already move a couple locations that I teach at to the right because of all this. But I'm trying to keep that one where it is because we haven't got too far yet that we need to start moving anything yet. So hopefully I can still keep that one.
Cool. Well, if you do, we'll investigate down here. I'll try to get Lee and Matt if they're available too, and we'll get a little small group and go and have some fun.
Okay.
That'll be cool.
Jeff asked a question about Salem,
Yeah, Jeff-
Mass. Could you give him the times and days on that again?
Yeah, Jeff is the guy who does our photography. I'm gonna
Okay.
show you.
Yeah.
You guys remember us being in the magazine, Litriana and I, and he did some pictures like this. And some other ones too that were on I don't remember if we have the thing up here or not. I don't think we do. But anyway, that's our photographer.
Nice.
That's our photographer, Jeff Roz, because I can never say his Rosnowski, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rosnowski.
Well, Salem is November 15th.
Yes.
Any information that you need, www.salemparacon.org. You'll see the whole guest list there, the horror guests, and the paranormal guests.
There's an echo.
Uh-oh. Hey, Greg. What's up, man? Thank you for popping in.
I'm gonna go back out and come back in. There's an echo.
Yeah, that's fine.
Were you eating too many Ricola before you came on? So I was doing yes, Ricola. That happens.
Yeah, pop out and pop back in. I'll bring you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, Greg is awesome. So all the people. So I'm trying one by one everybody that I can think of to try to get them to pop in for a few minutes. I wish some more of the people on the network, but I know they have plans also. So
you want to know something? Out of all the days of the year you think I would be the busiest is the day that I usually don't do anything.
Yep, I'm not either. I'm nice and quiet tonight. I didn't go over to help do the haunting because my brother-in-law does a haunting twice. He does it once for a bunch of kids the weekend before and just kind of by invite only. So it lets them come through without the big scares and everything else. It's just a nice place to walk through and kind of look at all the decorations and stuff. But tonight's when they do all the jump scares. So he does it at different times. And tonight I didn't go do the jump scares, but I did do it last weekend when we just kind of showed the kids around. So
yeah, this is also the last weekend. My other partner, the Shaman and the Showman, in East Haven, Connecticut, at the Shoreline Trolley Museum for the rest of this weekend. This is the last weekend he's doing it. It's the haunted trolley that we do every October. So every weekend in October. The theme this year was alien invasion. So they do a whole thing on the trolley. So it goes for like 45 minutes. And you're on the trolley with other patrons, but some of those may not be real patrons. And you have to figure out who the actual alien is on the trolley. So that's still going on. So you could check it out, Shoreline Trolley Museum in East Haven, or of course, come to one of our sites, CT Paracon or Salem Paracon or anything like that. And we could help you out.
Kenneth, come on. I sent you the link, man. You can come in for a minute.
I was going to explain to Tom. Go ahead.
No, Kenneth Drake was commenting. Thank you being superstars. You're the superstar.
Yeah, he's a legend, the legendary Kenneth Drake.
Legend.
Yeah,
that's right. It's a legend.
Come on, sent you the link.
There he is.
So that's Greg Toss. He's back. He's having issues. Greg, you get it fixed.
I think it's okay now. I don't hear anybody echoing.
Yeah, we all have issues. That's why we're in the paranormal. So
if we don't, we'll have them then.
Thomas.
Yes, sir.
This is the only day of the year that I don't wear a mask.
Yeah, that's pretty much me too.
Where did Len go? How you doing, Tom?
Good. How are you?
Good.
You got to say Thomas or Tom or use the
Yeah,
last
who
name.
knows?
Greg, you've met Tom Springer, but he's my friend too. And I told him that
Just say hey weirdo, then I'll know you're talking to me. So
we're all weirdos, Thomas.
well, then again, you forget I am the glorious weirdo, so remember that.
There you go. I even said,
Keeper of the rabbit hole.
Keeper of the
introduced you
rabbit
as the
hole.
glorious weirdo tonight. So yeah.
Wait, you see, Glenn, you've got 3 great beards in the room tonight.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm gonna have to get me a fake one to hang on
I
me.
don't
Or
know.
look, I can do
Yeah.
this. You ready? There we go.
See, Tom up there has got the good one. He's got the nice long one to really Dr. Evil it or something if you really wanted to.
Yeah. No, I didn't. We had I had plans with Lee and Matt, and Matt's just worn out. He had his something at work today that kind of did. We weren't dressing up. We were just going to hang out like we do, and that just kind of got canceled. I said, you know what? I was going to help Lynn out anyway, so I'm sitting at home hanging out, and when I get done here, I'm gonna watch scary stuff on TV. But I want y'all's opinion on something. Would you guys like to help me with something?
What's that?
Anytime.
Pick out what you're gonna watch tonight.
No. I have a new doll. Well, she's not new now, but
God.
when I was on the walkabout, I was down in Myrtle Beach. We went and investigated.
Come
and I
on, no
walked
more
in this
haunted
place.
dolls, please.
No, listen. This happened. Okay, so I'm gonna put the banner up because I'm gonna say the bad word. You
Ah,
ready?
he looks really wicked.
So we went
It's
to an
Day of the Dead
investigation,
mess.
and I walked in one of the rooms. We were walking around doing a walkthrough, and I walked in, and there's this doll sitting there. Well, the doll's body's here, her head's next to her. I thought somebody was fucking with me, messing with me because they knew we were coming to investigate, right? No, I asked the guy the next day who owns the place and his grandson, and his grandson walks around all the time. He's a little, the guy that owns it's a little older, so he doesn't get to every room every day. But his grandson does. He said, I've never seen that doll. His grandson said, I've never seen that doll. And I thought somebody was still messing with me. So he basically chunks it at me, and now I have a doll.
Nice.
And yeah. That's how it happens, isn't it?
Did you put the head back on it?
I did. She rode with us all the way from Myrtle Beach back to here to
That's
the
awesome.
house. And yeah. But here, I want to show her. Y'all talk. I'm gonna get her.
Oh boy.
Oh,
boy,
I just
here
want
we
y'all
go.
to see what y'all think. I
You
really
got
do.
anybody to do the blessing, Thomas? That's gonna do
Yeah. I might have to do a shaman blessing. I might even have to call the 4 corners on that thing.
She's not what you think. She's actually a sweet baby.
Yeah.
Oh, was
She's
she?
as cute as she could be.
Yeah,
Hold on.
that's what they say.
That's what they always say.
How it all starts. Oh, they're so cute.
She is cute. And she has red hair like my daughter does. So,
And her head was off.
her
Yeah.
head was sitting beside her, and I thought somebody was messing with me. I thought somebody did it on purpose.
Is it one of those ones where it's got like a T and the head fits over the T?
Actually, it has a little band right here. I don't want it to come back off. It has
Oh,
a little
no.
band, and you kind of stick it back in there, and it kind of, I guess
Okay.
it had, I don't know. I thought somebody's, but I didn't think I just thought she was a doll. I was going to bring her home and just, have her hang out. Well, funny enough, I put her in my front seat of my car, which I left at Lee and Matt's house while I went back on the walkabout. And I asked Lee one day to see anybody walk by my car and see the doll sitting there yet and trip out. And she's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, the doll. Her name is Esmeralda. And I said, the doll. And she's like, what you talking about? I moved the car so Matt could cut grass. The doll wasn't in the car. I said, Lee, that's not funny. She said, Glenn, I'm serious. And I was like, okay, are you messing with me? She's like, no. And I said, what? So she goes and she looks in the rest of the car. She said, I don't know why, but I just thought to look in the trunk. She looked in the trunk, and there goes the baby. And I don't know how she got in the trunk. Nobody had been in the car. So
Why would you want to go? Why, if you're a doll and all that,
Yeah,
you're in the front seat sitting there. Why would you go into the trunk?
right.
There's got to be some trauma going on with that doll. So
I don't
is it
know.
reliving its time where somebody put her in the trunk?
Maybe she was hiding. I don't know.
So.
Hey,
I
wanted to
city
stop and
rules.
say hi. And
Thank
Good.
you, Greg.
Greg, you're the best, buddy.
and
Greg, you're fantastic.
It's great seeing you guys, and I have to go grab something to eat because we come on at 9.
Oh, that's
And-
right.
And I'm going to have Kristen Johnson and Chris Carr on.
Nice.
and hopefully I might have a surprise person on. I don't know
Ooh.
yet,
Right.
but we're
Surprise.
gonna do our garlic challenge that I do every year
Ooh.
between me and Chris, and we've got cloves. I send them cloves of garlic, and so we're gonna take a clove apiece and pop it in
All
the
right.
beginning before we do the show. So in case
Ooh.
anybody screams,
Yeah.
Is this
Okay.
to find out? Is this to find out who's more of a vampire than the other, or I don't?
it started out about 7 years ago. I've been growing for like 15 years now,
Yeah.
and I really, if the boys come over and they pull all the bulbs out, and if there's one that's scraped or cut a little bit, I'll take that one and I'll break it up right on the spot, and I'll usually have one of my grandsons film me,
Yeah.
and I'll eat it,
Hmm.
just to go ahead and get an idea of how hot it is that year.
Wow.
And I'll tell you what, Chris has done it with me. He did it with me last year, and we had a blast. So
Yeah.
and we're going to start doing it that way. But I'm going to let you guys go. You
No.
guys have
All
a
right,
great show.
Greg, before you go,
Yes.
tell everybody that wants to watch your show tonight where to watch it.
Oh, it's on Supernatural Link. Supernatural Link. It's on the Supernatural Link page, and you could go there, and it's going to be on at 9 o'clock. And it's not really a Halloween show. Like, we don't have a guy like Len that come out. And I have a mask back there that I could put on to start the show, but I don't know how well everybody likes aliens. So
Well, we're all weirdos, so we like.
I don't know. Right now, I'm sitting on my mask.
are you really? That's too much. TMI.
You fell
Tom.
into that one,
I'm
Greg.
sorry.
It was my ass face.
Okay. Too much. Okay. You guys have a great show. I'll see
You
guys
too,
later.
Greg.
You too, Greg.
Okay.
Good night to you.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Oh boy.
Oh, to Tom Springer, I was going to explain a little bit earlier. He and I investigated the Camp Douglas. If you don't know where Camp Douglas is, you can look it up in the Civil War history books.
Yeah.
It was one of the more notorious Union camps, and about between 4,000 and 6,000 people died there.
Yeah.
And he and I, along with Dale Kasmerick and quite a few other people, had an all-night investigation at the location where the headquarters was.
Oh, okay.
Several back when I was in Chicago about 12 years ago now.
Hmm.
We also the next month had a investigation of Lincoln Park. Now, if you don't know much about Lincoln Park, if you look it up on the internet, it's the park by the lake.
Mhm.
But it's also where City Cemetery was. You look that up, you get a whole different story, but the same view, same by the lake. What they did in the late 60s, and the two are related. The prisoners who died in Camp Douglas were buried at City Cemetery.
Mm.
And then a few years later, 68, 69, they decided to close that cemetery because they had a little problem with it, the city of Chicago. When the lake got full or there was a bad storm, waves would crash into the cemetery, now Lincoln Park, and flood the cemetery. And a lot of coffins would flow out once the water left.
Yep.
Well, what it would do, the water intake for the whole city of Chicago is out there in the lake.
Uh-oh.
So with the suction power of that thing, all those coffins ended up floating around the water intake for the city of Chicago.
Mm.
So
My drinking water. Whoa. My drinking water tastes like dead body. Mm.
Oh, Lord.
I hate when that happens.
And then later, they wanted to move. Of course, they were moving all the bodies. They took the Confederate dead and were moving them to a cemetery on South End, Oakwood Cemetery. Now, they thought there was a couple thousand.
Mm.
So they found a slight hill. When I say a hill, it was only about 1.5 feet taller in the center than the edges. So they dug a circular grave and started dumping the body shoulder to shoulder.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And
That's
then
that's a catastrophe right there.
the caskets kept coming in wagons. So they covered that hole up and get about 6-8 feet further out and dug another trench all the way around the mound. So they filled that up shoulder to shoulder with bodies. So they covered them up. Bodies were still coming down the road. So they dug a third trench, again about 6 to 8 feet out from the second trench, and made a full circle and buried the bodies in that shoulder to shoulder. Basically, it's a mass grave. It's about the third or fourth biggest mass grave in North America.
Mm.
I think it's one around New Orleans that's a little bit bigger. There's one around New York. I think there's one close to LA in LA County somewhere that's a little bit bigger. But
Well, yeah. Well, you also got the whole city of Savannah is buried on its dead too. So
that's true. But that's kind of gross, and it says a mass grave inside the city limits of Chicago.
Yeah,
and that's why the two are related. We got some interesting stuff. We saw. I called it author in To Die in Chicago was the name of this book by George Levy. If you ever want to look that up, and talks about he breaks it down by commander of Camp Douglas, and gives details of what happened under each commander.
Nice.
Very good, interesting book. I think you can still find it on Amazon. He was there giving a slideshow on site.
That's
so Thomas, so both Toms know what you can do with a trigger object. I got the author of a book there autographing books for the crowd, and he did a slideshow about Camp Douglas on Camp Douglas. He said it's the first time he's ever done a slideshow outside, to say nothing of doing a slideshow about Camp Douglas inside Camp Douglas.
So just wanted to tell you, I saw really quick Christina Marie was
Yes.
on, and she and her daughter and another friend, Allison, the three will be the official photographers for the Salem Paracon. So very good photographers. So excited about having them, Christine Marie photography and Abandoned Alley photography. So they'll all be there. So I'm excited about that. It keeps me from having to take pictures. So that way, whatever I miss when I'm running around with my chicken with my head cut off, trying to run the program, it'll be nice to be able to see those a little bit later on.
Christine, make us look good. Make us look gorgeous.
Get my good side. Get my good side.
Yeah, it's that. Wait a minute. In the eyes, make his eyes pop. That's his calling card.
Yeah, got to do the eyes. That's where it's all at. The windows to the soul. I got nothing to hide there. That's why they pop. So
there you go.
Christine, have I met you in person? Have I got to meet you yet?
She was at Connecticut Paracon, so you met her. She was running around. Yeah.
She was running around. We were running around. It was hotter than Haiti's, and
it was. Yeah, somebody fibbed to us, but that's okay. So it still went off without.
I thought she was going to stop and say, "Hey."
Well, usually when we all get together for an event, we all get kicked out of our Airbnb. But that's
okay. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. I'm gonna tell you. You can hate on, but we got this hotel, and the prostitutes were friendly. And the drug dealers would deliver to your door, and they watched the parking lot all night for us.
Yep. Very protective. Yeah, they were protective.
It was man.
They probably thought you tell them, well, we're here for a paranormal convention. They're going to think you're going to do voodoo on them. Of course, they're going to protect you. They don't want any of that. They don't want any of that stuff coming at them.
Famous words a photographer hates to hear. I know it. Oh, thank you, Christine. Jeff is the photographer, but he lives right here, and he doesn't.
Yeah.
It would be nice if he could travel. It would have been cool on the walkabout if he could have traveled. But he's actually going with us tomorrow on an investigation we're doing. So,
All right.
Well, usually the funny thing is anytime I'm on TV, they seem to only film my crotch and my chucks. So I don't know. Usually only my bottom half and my shoes make it on TV.
Well, that's what you get for wearing tight pants.
I know.
yeah,
I'm talking.
Thomas.
I know. Tight pants. So what are you gonna
By the
do?
way, to the photographers, Christine and Jeff, this is my best side.
Yes, the spooky side stuff. Well, I got to take care of my lovely, beautiful patient, and I will wish you guys all again. And thanks for letting me come on and talk about Salem Paracon and all our other funny stuff that we're cracking jokes. It's always fun to be able to do that with all you guys.
It
But
is.
I
And
will
you know
see you
what?
all soon. I will be up in.
Give your
What's that?
lovely lady a hug for me.
Yes,
tell
I
her-
will.
I seen her skirting around in there. Tell her to sit her ass down and you take
I
care
know. I'll tell her. And
Everything.
yeah, I'll be up in Connecticut the weekend before Salem Paracon. Charles and I will be doing a ghost hunt at the Ansonia Opera House. And if anybody knows Charles, he had a book out which is about true stories of things that happened to people in Connecticut. And on the cover of that book is a picture of a shadow figure up in the mezzanine at the Ansonia Opera House, where we will be the weekend before Salem. I think it's on the 7th and the 8th. It's a Friday and a Saturday. I think there's a couple spots that are still open. It's just if you want to be on it, if you're in the area, New England area, it's ctparacon2ns at gmail.com to get your reservations. So hopefully we'll see you there. See you up at Salem Paracon, and you guys have a safe, happy Halloween and Samhain and all the other things that you investigate at this time of the year, the Day of the Dead. Remember tomorrow, Haunted Hillview Manor in Newcastle. So we'll all be there.
Hey,
And-
Sears.
Happy
All right.
Halloween.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Halloween. Thomas, be sure to keep track of Gwen if you can come on tomorrow night.
I will, definitely.
Yeah.
We'll both teach some history.
Yeah.
There you go.
Good night.
See ya.
All right, Thomas.
Hey, Lee, thank you for coming on. And of course, you know Len in his natural state.
Yes.
And this is my friend. Well, hold on. I don't know where it's going. But anyway, Tom Springer, my friend, I met him up at Broadhead.
Right now, in my phone,
Hey,
he's right
Tom.
below me.
You got two Toms here.
Right beneath Len right now, and Thomas seemed to have froze.
Yeah. He should. Let me. Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and take him down.
There you
There
go.
we go.
Now I'm
Yeah,
underneath Gwen. So
But anyway, yeah, I
Yeah,
asked
Tom's
him.
over here.
He's an interesting guy too. I was showing him Esmeralda.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't say anything.
He's
so-
something.
Yeah, she's something, but I didn't tell what he was. I just brought her over. And Tom's really good at the elemental thing. He can actually communicate with them, like, you know how we do some, but he has a more help me, Tom.
I have more of a direct
Hold on.
connection. I
There you go.
I sit here and talk to them like I am you all right now. So so when they're interacting with Earth, no, yes, no. Who can hear me?
I can.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Check test. I hear you.
all right. Well, Gwen's kind of like seems to
It
be.
went out for a minute.
Yeah, she lives in the country, so she might have a delay.
She lives out in BFE. I know.
Yeah.
So I told her Shungite,
Mhm.
put Shungite, lots and lots of Shungite around you. So
Yeah.
but my my interaction with elementals is very direct. It's like I'm talking, seeing, hearing you all is how they interact with me, and it's very interesting to communicate with something that does not have a conscience like a human does.
Right. That's
so-
cool, isn't it?
It's very interesting to try to explain to them, hey, by the way, you're hurting this, and they're like, don't care, fixing Earth. And you're like, oh, my bad. So yeah, it's been very interesting to work that. But no, one of the things I was going to talk to Thomas about before he left, because he talked about having all the healers, is Gwen, I think you and I talked when I met you in Broadhead when we talked about what I call the John Coffey effect that I have.
Yeah. Yep. And we talked about it on the show where I was on your show that time.
Yep.
And well, I think we talked about it on Chris's show when you came in and rescued us with no guest that night. So.
Yeah,
So,
but that's actually what I think my best given gift is to me, is that one.
Well, explain, because I don't know the viewers. I don't know how much everybody knows.
So I call it the John Coffey effect, because if anyone's seen The Green Mile, John Coffey was the large black prisoner that had these wonderful abilities to be able to touch somebody and identify if they've done something evil or bad or whatever else. Mine's not quite that specific, or it's not that same role, but it's very specific. If I hug you with an intent and you are sad, you are anxious, you are low on energy, depressed, whatever else, I can hug you with intent and I can help take some of that, if not all of it, from you, depending on what level you're at. I don't take it within me. I actually, the way I see it is I actually wear a golden armor. And when I take it from you, it hits my armor and then it just dissipates like it never existed. And so I used that quite a bit when I was at Broadhead, when our second day and people were tired. They come up, Tom, I need a hug. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll give you energy, not a big deal. Yeah, I'm like an Energizer bunny. I'm the one that picks up energy as the investigations go along. I don't drop energy. And so it kind of drives a lot of people nuts, but knowing that they can turn to me for something like that is pretty interesting. I had my wife actually had to experience this. She always joked, because she's like, I hug him all the time, but I've never experienced what you people are experiencing. Why is that? And I said, you've never needed it. Ours are hugs of love. She had a student that she was teaching. She's a high school teacher, and she had a student who had an accident, a car accident, and he passed away. And it was a student she liked very much. Very good student, everything else. And she found out, and the next day she couldn't stop crying. I felt so bad for her, and I'm like, all right, come here. And so she stood up, and I put an intent into myself, and I grabbed a hold of her and I held her. And there's certain triggers I know when I'm taking it from you, like I'm supposed to, and giving you back what you need. I can tell by your body movement, by your actions, and by mine, and by your breathing. And so when she got to a certain point, I let her go. And I just sat back down, and she sat down, and about a half an hour later, she looks at me and she goes, what did you do to me? I'm like, what do you mean? What did I do to you? And she's like, I'm still sad, but I can't cry. She said, so the sadness is still there, but you took away the overwhelming part of it. So I can still recognize the sadness, but I can't, I'm in control. I'm not crying. I'm not sobbing like I was. How did you do that? And I said, it was an intent. It was something that was given to me to allow me to give to others. And so that's to me, that's my best gift. Outside of everything else I can do, that's my actual best one, because it is designed to help others.
Lee, do you know how I can kind of take it away? Well, it kind of, when I saw him and he saw me, it kind of went, oh, yeah, we know each other. Yeah. Because I can do a little, mine's not quite all that, but yeah.
Yeah, we had a pretty instant connection when we met each other. It almost like we both went, I think we know each other, but I don't know why. So
yeah, it was like, yeah, it was cool. It was very cool. But thank you. I know you're vegging at home, so I hope you're having a good night. Can you hear me?
She's muted.
She's muted.
Oh. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm here. Yeah, having a great night. I do want to take a moment, sidebar, different subject, just while I'm on the show. Congratulations to James Anito for being Paranormal Underground magazine's cover. I was able to do an article about him a while back, and I submitted it, and they loved it. And so he was released on Halloween. He is the Halloween poster child tonight.
So, I haven't looked yet because I was out for a little while.
Well, it came out just a few minutes ago, so you wouldn't have had a chance being on the show.
Right.
But Tom, I have to tell you that Gwen was an angel. When I had kidney stone surgery, it was awful. I had a little lima bean in there, and the surgery wasn't bad.
Boulder, I swear. Bless her.
Oh Lord, it was horrible because you know what they say about how it's closest thing to childbirth. Well, all the nerves that are there for childbirth are what's activated for this,
right?
Whatever it is. And I was at the point of literally screaming. This was like maybe 3 days after the surgery.
My
And
heart
I
was
I was starting to go into, don't look at me, don't come today. Thank you for being there for me. And she said, no, I'm coming. She knew.
Yeah.
She knew exactly. And she came in there and she put her hands on me. And she said, if you'll let me, I'll take it.
Mhm.
And I said, no, I don't want you to be sick. I don't want you to be in pain. She said, I know what to do. Just let me take it.
Yep.
And that is the only way I made it through that night without having to go to the ER, because
I sat there, and I held her hand while she slept for as long as I could, and I had to go potty so bad after a couple hours, and I was like, and she woke up one time and she looked at me, and I was like, I'm so sorry, but either you got to walk to the bathroom with me, or you just gonna have to hold still for a minute.
yeah, it was something.
And
They
then I
gave me
came back.
something I was allergic to, Gwen. I was awful.
Oh, girl, they gave her this medicine, and it's called Toradol.
Oh yeah, I'm a Toradol.
No,
Well,
that's not it for
no.
me. No.
That ain't it for Lee. Lee was not only bouncing off the walls, but she was mean. Do you hear me? Mean. And I looked at her
I was
one
ready
time
to clean house.
Yes,
I got
she
up
says,
and I was ready to move. And she's like, Lee, you need to sit down. You're going to be really bad in a minute. You're going to be in a lot of pain. And I said, no, I got to keep going.
Nope.
and me, and I told her, I said, I love you, sis, but if you don't sit down and you don't just go to sleep, I said, you're being mean. She said, I'm not being mean. Yes, you're being
And
mean.
then the pain kicked in. And then the next day I paid for that. So yeah, she was right.
It was,
Well,
she
she's a
can't have
medic,
that
so
no more.
enough of that.
I didn't do kidney stones, but the day I had all four of my wisdoms put out, they actually had to put me under because I have a very high tolerance for medication. So the only way they can do it, and mine were all compacted, all four of them were compacted. So the only way they can do it is they had to put me under completely. And I actually woke up halfway through my medication because halfway through the surgery, because of how high my tolerance is of medications. And I woke up and the doctor's like literally on my chest trying to pop one out with a chisel. And he sees my eyes open. And the anesthesiologist did not recognize how fast I came out. And he sat there, he looked at me, he goes, are you awake? And I nodded yes. And he gets off and he goes, sorry. He goes, put him back under.
Dude.
All right. When you were younger, did you have red hair?
Me? No, I was a tow-headed blonde.
Well,
but you still might be Celtic.
So,
Yep,
I'm definitely Norse.
Redheads are worse.
In fact, see, I
see.
I carry the Norse. I carry my let me see if I can get to it. My Pentecostal Christian, and I carry my native, my indigenous, all in one arm. I hold my entire heritage on one arm. So yes, I have a Norse heritage and a Native American heritage, and I grew up Pentecostal Christian because my grandfather was a Pentecostal preacher. So,
oh my God, you've got a bad temper.
You see how similar he is to me?
He could go on the warpath right now, Len. Let's stay out of his way.
Yeah, really.
I try to tell people I have the patience of a sloth, but just don't get to the end of my patience.
Don't do that.
Because on top of it, I'm also a Pisces.
Oh, shoot.
A twin, and we're born on leap day. So,
guys, we'll be passing out the Toradol to you if you get in his way.
But when I got my wisdoms out, the drive to and from the hospital back to my house, I had a friend driving me, and it was like an hour and a half. And about halfway there, I'm like, all right, I want to drive. And she's like, no. And I'm like, I'm good, I can drive. She's like, no. So she takes me back to my house, and she's like, you need to stay here because I got to go get your medication. I'm like, okay. So I call my buddy, and I'm like, hey, come pick me up. Because we had a softball game that night. Oh. And he's like, are you okay? I go, yeah, I'm good. He goes, didn't you have your wisdoms out today? I said, yeah, I'm great. I took 3 Flexeril and a Toradol. And they didn't.
I bet you were good. Yeah.
I had the best game. I didn't make any errors. I was a third baseman too, so I was playing the hot corner. I had no errors. I hit 2 home runs that night. It was fantastic. The only problem was the third inning. I was also doing base coach, so I didn't have to go back in, so I didn't have to travel so far into the dugout. The problem was the third inning. We're getting ready to go into bat, And so I go out and stand on base coach, and the girl who brought me back from Wisdoms is at the game with her arms crossed, just sitting there staring at me. And I was like, from here on out, I am not going to the dugout. People are going to bring me a bat. They're going to bring me my glove. I cannot go in until the game is over. So I know how that was, because the next day I was like, "Wow, that was really dumb. I probably shouldn't have done that."
Yeah.
So, hey, you're still muted.
Muted.
You muted yourself again.
I did. I'm trying not to. My dog's my Frenchie's decided she has the zoomies, and she's running up and down the hall like a banshee. Oh my gosh. Sorry about all that. But yeah, you were about to be toast, man. You were about to be toast.
I was taken back to my house, and she was supposed to go back to her husband and everything else, because he and I was when I was still in the military. And she was like, "Well, I'm just going to put you to bed and I'll come check you in the morning." She called him and said, "I can't trust him to stay home, so I'm staying the night." So she stayed the night. He came over and slept out in his truck to make sure I didn't sneak out past her.
Oh, Lord.
Sounds like Toradol had a little special effect on you too.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have that. I have a very weird, I keep telling them they need to check my blood. I've been bit by a rattlesnake. So now I don't need antivenom anymore. I caught poison oak, poison ivy, both once. I can't catch that anymore. I walk through it like it's nothing. I can rub it on my skin. I can eat it. It doesn't bother me. And it's the same thing with bee stings. I got stung and I swelled up and I was allergic, and all of a sudden I'm not anymore. So I have this very good immune system that builds into me that once something happens, it's not anymore. And unfortunately for me, it's the same way drugs work. So all of a sudden I'm taking 3 Flexerils and I'm not feeling them, and they're not phasing me. And I'm like, I need something else. And they're like, I don't want to put you on Oxy because that's you're going to get hooked on that. Well, I don't get hooked on this stuff either. That's the downside. It's the good side and the bad side. They don't work because of my tolerance, but the good side is I don't get hooked. And I've had to live through both of those experiences and realize that neither one of them happened to me. So it's good.
Something just occurred to me.
Yes, ma'am.
You know how you have the gift of being able to touch, heal?
Yep. I can also heal. I can push energy anywhere in the world and heal. To me, it looks like little vortexes coming out of my hands. Yeah.
What if you're doing that to yourself?
That was a consideration. So I am still learning about myself. I only walked into my gifts less than 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm still on a learning curve for myself. So I don't know. I still call myself a practicing intuitive because everything is rising at the same speed. Nothing has risen for me to call myself a psychic or a medium or an elemental. I don't. I just call myself a practicing intuitive because everything is raising at the same speed and nothing has popped out to say, hey, this is what you're supposed to be. And I've been told now by 2 different people, they won't. Your abilities will continue to alter. You'll learn new ones and you'll keep gaining the experience in all of them simply because of how many past lives I've lived. And that was something interesting when we talk about the elementals. I had to go talk to an elemental that was disturbing a lady in her house because it was just trying to fix the ground because the house had been flipped. But the basement had not been corrected. So there's this elemental down there and he's doing his job. I just called him, but he's doing his job, but his energy is so overwhelming. She doesn't know what it is. So I get called over because I think it's a spirit. And I come over and I go, nope, it's an elemental. And when I go to the basement, there's 4 of us that are there. Me, my wife, and then the girl who lives there and her sister. And we had a camera with us. We had a video camera with us. And we just charged the batteries before we came over. And the way the basement was designed was the first part of the basement you walked into was finished. But then you walk past the wall through a doorway and the rest of it is not finished. And that's where the HVAC is and the water heater is and everything else. And I told them as I walked through there, I go, don't come in here with me. I go, you're not allowed in here. I can just tell you're not allowed in here. So they stopped. I go, but you can film it. And Nikki turns the camera on and she instantly goes, "Hey, the battery died." And I'm like, "We just charged him." I go, "Put the other one in." So she out, pockets it, puts the other one in, turns it on, and it dies.
Hey.
Hi, Frenchie. So,
The fur baby.
Yeah, I wanted you to see her.
so we just lost 2 batteries. And when I turn around to look, I see this huge elemental and he runs. And I'm like, whoa, what is going on? And the way the basement was is it's dirt, but then it goes up into a pile of dirt and it goes into like a crawl space. And it kind of tucks itself in a corner. And I said, "Why are you running from me?" And it turned and looked at me and it said, "Because your essence is older than I am." First time I've ever heard anything like that. Because I never had an understanding of what age.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah. But it says
She's trying to take the phone now, y'all. I'm sorry.
But it said your essence is older than I am, and I'm actually intimidated by you. And I said, "Well, we just have to have a talk." I go, "That's all I'm looking for, because there's someone upstairs that your energy is overwhelming." And it says, "I don't care. I'm healing the ground. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm healing the ground." And it said, "Well, this is the person who hurt this ground." I said, No, this is the person that moved in after that person. The person who owns this ground now actually says, actually lives on that property. Her dad's house is right next door, and they own a farm. So they love nature. And after having many discussions with it and everything else, it turns out that they now get along fantastically. It has pulled this energy in. It still works. But she is a fantastic musician. She can play a guitar. She can play a bass. She can play piano. She can play a harp. And she plays them all. She's an artist. She does all that wonderful stuff. So when she plays, the elemental likes the music. And she is also, through our talk, has started bringing him what we would call offerings. She brought down plants. She brought down rice. She brought down wheat. She brought down these little offerings to him. And then in the window that you can see where he's working, she planted impatiens outside so he can see all this beauty outside that you should just be dirty. So she cleaned the windows and she planted them and everything else. So now they have a very good symbiotic relationship. And that was my first ever like full on encounter like that with an elemental face to face. So it was pretty interesting to go to find out.
That sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
Lee,
Yeah.
do you see how he's so much like me in ways? Do you see it? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Are. All right, now Jeff asked a question. Hold on.
Yeah.
I can't see anything. Both of y'all probably know.
His name is Good Juju.
Good juju. I'm not sure if I got the
As
question
far
right.
as-
Lee, help. What
Jeff-
y'all think?
Jeff, are you saying as far as saying my essence is as old as he is? Is that what you're saying?
Like
is that-
like he has good juju.
But
Is that true?
he literally told me. So I will. The rest of that story, there's part of it I left out for a reason, but I'll tell it anyways. While I was having this discussion, we'll call it a discussion, it had thrown rocks at me, and rocks went flying out into the other room where the other 3 were, and they were, "What the hell is that?" And I'm like, "It just threw rocks at me," and it said, "I can hurt you." Now, I'm too dumb I tell people I have no fear of anything because I'm too dumb to know any better.
Gwen.
So I ran my fingers into the dirt. And I said, "Well, if I have an older essence than you, then I feel I am greater in strength than you are. So why would you battle me?" And it goes, "There's more than just me." And I crawled up towards it so it recognized that I'm looking at, not just in this direction, I'm looking right at it. And I go, "Because I can see you by yourself." And it dropped the shoulders. And I go, "Okay." I'm like, "You tell me that I am older, that my essence is older than you are. How old are you?" He goes, "I am from the birth of the earth." And he said, "And you are older than that." And I was like, I don't know how to react to that. I just didn't know. So your abilities to feel and project, as you said, would that be considered juju?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just call it an ability, a gift.
I think juju means like
Juju normally
mojo. Juju is like having luck and having charm at the same time.
Right.
This is more akin to magic, is what I would say.
It's more akin to my abilities, to my gifts. And it's I have these. I am still naive enough. Luckily, I've learned a little bit. But when I first learned I had abilities, I was under the impression. Don't laugh, Gwen. I was under the impression.
No, I've heard this before.
That once I had abilities, we all had the same abilities. I thought, oh, I can see elementals. I can see auras. I can push energy across the world. I can do this. I thought we all did the exact same thing. And then when I mentioned I had I did my show, and a lady came on from Indonesia. Her name is Zhang, and she came on my show, and she was, Tom, I have a question. She was, Tom, or anybody in the audience, I have a question. I walk and I get scared because I feel like a presence is with me, and it scares me. Should I be afraid of it? And everyone else is like, I'm like, well, she's in Indonesia. And everyone's like, no, you're in Indonesia. And I go, I know what it is. And everyone's like, wait, hold on. What do you mean you know what it is? She's halfway across the world. And I said, Zhang, I'm like, when you walked through these places, I go, your father has passed, and these are places. I go, the one I'll describe for you is the one I'm seeing through your eyes. I go, it's when you walked along the cobblestone next to the stream or next to the river, and you had like these little shops, and one of them an ice cream shop with the white tables that you'd sit out with your father and you have ice cream with and everything else. And these are the times when you're walking anywhere through the town, that's when you feel the presence with you, right? And she says, yes. I go, that is your father taking your hand, letting you know he's still with you when you walk through these places. And she instantly thought of it as a fear rather than a comforting memory or a comforting act. And because in Indonesia, it's kind of frowned upon to have abilities, and she has fantastic abilities, but she was too afraid to learn them. Now she shares them all the time, which is fantastic. But when I shared that to her, she's like, that's that feeling I'm having in my chest. It's not anxiety, it's love. And I said, yes, it's just an overwhelming love that you weren't recognizing.
What a positive affirmation. You helped her discover her gift. That's a really big deal.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And
wow.
But I was confused at that point. I'm like, well, how come nobody else picked it up? And they're like, what do you mean, how come nobody else picked it up? And I'm like, why can't we all do that? And they're like, no. And this is like my first year of doing a show, my still kind of early years. And not that now isn't still early. I'm just now getting ready to start my 4th year in February. But
and I'm trying to get him to come to us.
Yeah.
I'm twisting the arm from here. Can you feel it?
Yes, please.
But
I'm trying.
It's interesting how that conversation went, and how a lot of my conversations go, where I feel that we have that ability, and I'm learning we don't. Kat Armstrong and William Armstrong, they're a couple that work out of Iowa, and she actually is one of the people who shows Edinburgh Manor out there. And they go around and they do walkthroughs and explain everything and stuff like that. And they were on my show, and this is how I'm learning I have some of my gifts. I am the laziest, non-studying, non-practicing person you will ever come across. Self-proclaimed, no. If it takes an effort, I'm not going to do it. It's true. And after the show, I normally sit backstage and I'll talk to people and say, hey, I'm glad you came on the show, and we'll talk and everything else. And she said, hey, can you see auras? As soon as she asked me that question, her aura appeared. I've never thought about it before. And I go, yeah. And she goes, what color is my aura? And I go, it's orange. And she goes, how long have you been able to do this? And I go, since you asked. And she goes, can you see Williams? And I go, yeah, his is yellow. And he's like, son of a bitch. He goes, how did you learn that? I said, because you asked. And I'm learning that a lot of my abilities pop up.
Baby, that ain't it. You're remembering it.
Right. But it's almost like it's bringing it to forethought when they
Yes. You're intending for it to come, so therefore it does.
Yeah, but I'm not recognizing that I'm doing it. I just think that someone's going, yeah, you can do that, do that. Yeah, you can do that, do that. And I'm like, oh, okay. When I was on the show very early in the stages, someone came on and said, hey, I have a question. Do you know the similarities and the differences between angels and dragons? Now, yes, was my answer that came to my head. Not knowing why, but I went, yep, out loud, and I went, son of a bitch. And then all of a sudden I started talking very historically by these little locks in the back of my brain, that I'm like, well, it depends on if you're talking Western culture, Eastern culture, whatever. And I was explaining to them how I don't care what you call it, spirit, God, Hindu, whatever you want to call it. All of them had a starting point at one point. And all the stories have broken apart since then because man decided to have ego and they wanted power. So they started creating their own religions based off of the soul-centered religion or belief that we have. And that's my thought. So people, please take that for what you want. But I said, but if you look at it, I can kind of prove this. And I said, we have a blue angel, an archangel named Michael. And I go, and in my Norse tradition, you have a blue dragon that is the protector dragon. You have a green angel that is Raphael, who is our healer, or a green angel that is our healer. In Norse mythology, your green dragon is your healer. And I identified the colors of like the top 8 archangels. And I said the colors are the same. And they do the exact same things. That's just that all of a sudden, this practice saw them as dragons, and these people saw them as angels. But I go, but if you look at Western Christian history, and I'm okay talking about, I'm comfortable talking about this because I did grow up Christian, is the fact that there's scripture all over the place talking about Archangel Michael smiting a dragon back down to earth out of the heavens, which was supposed to portray the devil. But he was seen as a dragon, which is why dragons were seen as negative in Western culture because it came out of the Christianity side. So I just started talking and they're like, how'd you know this? And I go, I have no clue. I just know it. And that's how a lot of my historical stuff comes out. But when I go back and research it, I'm like, son of a bitch, how'd I know that? And I think that's part of my past lives as well, is that it's just coming to my forefront. Or it's the fact that my head is hollow. Len, you'll like it. Or the fact that my head is hollow.
Or you might have a direct connection with Metatron. You never know.
Well, I can prove the hollowness. So if you listen closely, actually, you don't have to listen closely, but my head is really hollow. See, it's really hollow. So it can hold so much stuff in there because I guess
Mine rattles.
I guess I can compress it like little zip files, since they just kind of store themselves away and open up when they need.
I wish I could do that. I wish I was like Dumbledore and I had a pin sieve and I could just pull the crap out I don't need and then reboot the hard drive, you know?
Yep. Absolutely. So
I hate to go, but my phone's just about to die and we've got to continue to get things plugged up for our investigation tomorrow.
Yep.
So
yeah. I know I've been keeping y'all kind of late, so I should probably let y'all go. So
I'm sure everybody's enjoying it. Len, it's always good to see you, especially like this.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure
really
to see you anyway.
cool.
It's
Really cool. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Thank you, Lee.
Happy Halloween.
And I hope to see you again soon, Tom.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So yeah, Len, apparently everyone's seeing you in the
Night,
back